you don't like my politics, don't buy my book. Don't read them. And if you don't like my politics, don't buy my book. Don't read them. Girls read comics. Girls have always read comics. Problem solved. White boys, comic book reader. Don't buy my book. Don't buy my book. I literally can't even think. We can have a little conference on that. Would you please get your politics out of my comic books? Don't read them. What comic books are you reading? What comic books are you reading? Would you please get your politics out of my comic books? Don't read them. What comic books are you reading? What comic books are you reading? Comic book reader. Comic book reader. May I curse? White boys, don't read them.
I have an important message for you. You did it. I'm super proud of you.
Yay!
You did it!
Yay!
There is nothing inherently masculine of heroism. There's nothing inherently masculine heroism. Girls read comics. Girls have always read comics. Problem solved. Magic!
Yay!
Yay!
You did it!
Yay!
Indisputable truth.
So don't.
Good evening, everyone. Welcome to Comic Artist Pro Secrets. It's I, your friend, Ethan Van Sciver, 28-year veteran of the comic book industry. No spring chicken, me. Yeah, world's most charming, disarming, elegant, eloquent, and yet humble man, great big Gina Carano fan. Got it that time. Trusted member of the media. My friends, this channel is under attack. Red alert, red alert. The SJWs are coming in full force. We have rustled some feathers, and the SJWs have chosen me for a target. In a way, I'm honored. I don't consider myself to be the biggest or most effective voice in the fandom menace, but let me just say here and now, I am. I think that's clear at this point. I think that soy people, have reviewed the other channels talking about what Lucasfilm is doing. Talking about what SJWs have done to the things that we love. They've established that nobody is quite getting it on the mark the way that I am. And I love my peers. I love these guys. I love Nerdrotic. I do love these guys. I think they're fantastic. Eric July, Young Rippa, they're not going to target him. They're going to target me. I love these guys. But evidently, I am the target. It is me. It is me. And so there are a couple of other people that they listed, but I seem to be part of the main agenda right now. So we're going to talk about that tonight. I had a great day today, all in all, even though whoops, I'm sorry, Adam. Oh, I don't even look. I'm like Godzilla. I'm just like I storm in here and I just go, oh, my goodness. I didn't mean to knock that building over. So sorry. Let me see here. King KDI for £5 says, wish you started after the Salty Cracker stream. But hey there, Sunbeam. Hope you ate well. I did. We ordered some nice Italian food. I'll talk about all this. I want to tell you guys something because going to tell you a little bit of personal stuff today. Julia D2 says, Zach came in, slapped the fans, ate our dinner, shit on the plate, and then left without a thank you. Jeremy lost his way. Maybe. I think Jeremy was just as confused and startled as we all were. All right, let me see what you guys are saying, and we'll get to this. I had a nice sit down talk with Andrea, and for once we just sat down and said, okay, so here's what's happening right now. And then we just decided, we talked about what was going to come from this worst case scenario, where we go, what we do. Unfortunately, I'm not some, YouTube grifter. I'm an extremely talented, articulate spokesperson for the Fandom Menace and for Comicsgate. Extremely gifted as a comic book creator, fantastic salesman, great storyteller. I'm not going anywhere, guys. You cancel me for the 10,000th time. I'm still going to be here speaking the truth. And again, the one thing that I have on my side, before I talk to you guys, the main thing, beyond all that, beyond what I just told you, I just explained to you why I am a triple threat. I'm totally awesome. The truth. The only way to get rid of me is to lie about me, and then to also have other people who want to get rid of me because I'm telling the truth. The only reason to get rid of me is because you're threatened by what I say, and what I say is the truth. That's it. That's all it is. All right, so let me see. EVS is big as Godzilla. Frogzilla, you are the victim here. Of course. I say that like half joking, but it's true. The only problem is I don't want to claim victimhood. I'm not somebody who wants to say, oh, poor me. Look at this terrible. There's no way. You don't grow from that. You don't inspire people from claiming victimhood. I don't want to prey on people's sympathies. I don't want to get people to feel bad for me in some way. That's what victims do. That's what SJWs do. They say, we're being oppressed. Help, help. And then white knights rush in and destroy and attack somebody who probably is the actual victim of the situation here. Memology 101 is here. Hello, sir. Good to see you. Happy to know about his existence in my live stream. All right, let's see. EVS, Ethan, you grow just looking at a pie. I'm getting so fat. I don't know. I don't know what to do about it. I'm working too hard, and I just eat. Julia O2 says, Julia D2 says, no one said sorry to the fans. No one. Why not? Why wouldn't they say sorry to the fans? That would be great. That's, all I want. That would make me very happy. If some of these people who are destroying, who are deliberately destroying, or people who are allowing others. I had to explain this to Andrea. She's like, why? She said, why don't they care about making money? Why does Disney allow this? And I was like, well, because they are being told that by hiring these people, they've been given the same speech and the same lecture that fooled a lot of people, the same bamboozling bullshit that fooled a lot of people in comics when I was there. If we just look, comics, they're doing okay, right? But frankly, they're a little bit sexist. They're a little bit bigoted. And if you just hire us, we will bring in this other group that is currently feeling excluded from reading comics. Can you imagine that? There are people out there that feel excluded. They don't feel invited to read comic books for some reason. Mostly because the people in the comics don't look exactly like them. They're not fat. They're not silly looking. I mean, I don't want to see me in a comic book. That's not what I want to see. Please, let me see somebody who looks like what I wish I could be. Of course, that's what comic books have always been. But suddenly we're invaded by these strange people who say, if you just start showing different body types, and you just start doing a little, people will feel represented, and then suddenly more people will come in. Right now, sure, comic books is the male-dominated hobby. That's 50% of the population, potentially. But there's this other 50%. And if we could just invite them, if we could just show more, I don't know, women, I'm not really sure what they want to see. Actually, we do see what they think women want to see, but I just profoundly disagree. I respect women. I respect them. I've known them all my life. I've been around women. Half of my brothers and sisters, it was me, 9 kids. You know, 4 boys and 4 girls. So I've always had girls around me growing up. And also my mom was a girl. There have been a lot of women in my life, lots of them. And I've watched them closely. I've watched these young ladies. And at no point did they look at Star Wars and say, there just aren't enough women in this. And that's why I'm not going to watch it with you, big brother. I'm not going to watch Star Wars with you because I don't know. I don't feel represented by it. Well, what about Princess Leia? Yeah, she's okay. But we just need more hideous women. We just need more women who are unattractive, who look like the kind of women that we might see shopping at Pathmark. That's what we need. And if only we saw that, I would feel more represented. And I would say to them, I would have said, you're worth more than that. You can be given more aspirational role models than that. That's not the right thing. So anyway, this speech about this flattering speech about if only you listen to us, you're going to look like good guys. You're going to look like good people. And then also, aren't you a capitalist? We're capitalists, right? I like money. Money talks, right? Money talks. We're capitalists at heart, of course. Well, you are anyway. I'm pretending to be, just like I pretend to understand what Jesus Christ means when I use the Bible to condemn, you know, your hypocrisy, even though I don't believe in the Bible personally. I'm going to pretend to be a capitalist for a minute. Money talks. So we can get this whole other 50% of the audience in if you just let us do what we want to do. And that sounds good to people. That just sounds good. It's a really effective argument. And the one thing that like leftists really have are convincing lies. They're filled with convincing lies. And if you're not attuned to them, if you're not aware of them, or if you haven't just endured them and seen them in practice, you could fall for them. And then you will be destroyed. You will be destroyed under the reality of the situation. When you go to actual women and you say, why don't you read comic books? They go, because I'm not a 12-year-old boy. And you go, yeah, but what if I worked really hard to make them more like you? What if I put you in the comic? Then would you read it? No, for the same reason. I'm not a 12-year-old boy. I don't read comics. And then I look at them and I go, I'm 46 and I do. I guess you don't think very much of me. Look, yes, I am a child at heart, of course. That is not in dispute. I have not progressed past the age of, I would say 14. I'm still 14 years old in my heart. So it doesn't work. And when people try this, it fails. And yet there are still voices, activists on the internet who are loud and connected, who insist that it does, even though we can see it with our own eyes. It doesn't work. We can see what happened to, for example, Star Wars. When Lucasfilm was purchased by Disney, handed to Kathleen Kennedy, and movies came out. First movie came out and made more than $2 billion, which proved one thing. Star Wars fandom was ready for movies. They wanted Star Wars. And they wanted Han Solo. They wanted Luke Skywalker. They wanted Princess Leia. They wanted General Leia. Wait, is Princess more powerful than General? Did anybody think about that? Sorry, Princess Diana. We're going to change you to General Diana. You're a 5-star general now. You were a princess, but now you're General Diana. Feel better? Yeah. It's better to be a princess, I think. But in any case, they put these movies out. People came. People spent more than $2 billion. It is an enormously successful movie. And there is no reason, despite what they tell you, there is no reason why the second one, The Last Jedi, couldn't have done as well, if not better. There's just no reason for that. Same Star Wars fans behave the same way. They go to these movies. They enjoy these movies. You know, they will go as many times. They'll go see it 5 times in a theater, maybe even more. There were like videos of people who like wait outside to see it first. I've seen it 12 times, you know. That's what Star Wars fans do, unless they're personally insulted, saddened, disgusted by a movie. I mean, The Last Jedi made half Little more than half. Let's be fair. Little more than half of what The Force Awakens made. What happened? Did I do that? That wasn't me. That wasn't you. That wasn't the Fandom Menace. We weren't really here for that. Like we emerged after we saw The Last Jedi. And by the way, I didn't emerge as a voice saying what happened to Star Wars until much later. I think it was March. Last Jedi came out in December. I didn't go see it in the movie theater. I just couldn't see it. I couldn't get out of the house. I think we had a newborn. And it wasn't until I rented it on cable, I bought it, actually. I paid $29.95 for it, still on my cable, that I saw it, and I was infuriated by it, and I made a video about it. And people liked it. People liked the video that I made. And I started to think about what I had just seen and what I was experiencing in comics and comparing the two things. And I became interested in what was happening with Star Wars because I was watching the same phenomenon happen in comics, and I knew why. I could explain to people. I could articulate why this was happening in Star Wars, and it was also happening in comics. There are commonalities. There are reasons for it, and it would be fine if it led to success. Ultimately, what I want is I want these companies to succeed. I want DC Comics to be profitable. I want Lucasfilm to be profitable because these are brands that I've enjoyed since I was a kid. I want to see them passed on. None of my kids are interested. Hunter certainly isn't. Ava isn't. By the way, today was Ava's 5th birthday. I got to show. I mean, I rarely show you anything with my kids because, I keep them private. I keep them personal for reasons that I haven't told you yet. But this is Ava blowing out the candles on her 5th birthday cake. She's absolutely beautiful. She is a miracle. I waited 15 years for my daughter. I dreamt about having a daughter, and you finally got her. She's perfect in every way. She's awesome. All right, so today was her 5th birthday. I spent it out with Ava. She was, and we went to this arcade / there were rides. Yes, I did have an ice cream cone. I did live stream a hello to you guys because I saw you guys panicked over a few things. Some of you were panicked today because of things that are happening and occurring due to the fact that The Last Jedi made less than I'm sorry, Rise of Skywalker made less than Last Jedi. Star Wars has been on a decline like this. It just there's no reason for it. It isn't comics. This is the thing that I want you to understand. It isn't comics. Comics, the first issue comes out, everybody buys it because they're speculators. Second issue comes out and fewer people buy it, and it's to be expected. Okay, you would like to think that, wow, the first one really caught on and word of mouth made more people buy the second. That's just never happens with comics. It did happen with Cyberfrog, though. And thank you guys for that. Thank you. That's a weird phenomenon. It's mostly also because a lot of you picked up Cyberfrog late, and now you're buying Red Planet. So there's no reason for it. Disney is losing. They're not losing money. They're never going to lose money. They're not, they're always going to be flush, but they're not making the money that they should be making. They're not going to make the money that they want to make. And things just aren't going well. PR wise, things aren't going well as their own actors are coming out and explaining what a horrible situation, what a horrible experience it has been to work for Disney. And the trilogy is out and it isn't good. It's like nobody is going to sit there and tell me, unless you are a shill, that the Disney sequel trilogy, unless you have an agenda, unless you have a reason for it, unless you're trying to promote something other than this was a really good, well thought out story. I enjoyed it. It was full of richly drawn characters that I could relate to or at least understand, that I was amused by, that I still think about. I say this all the time. I'm like, tell me who Han Solo is. in 5 words, you know, and you will say ruffian, pirate, you'll come up with a bunch of ways to describe Harrison Ford as Han Solo's personality. Smart aleck, risk taker, selfish, all these fun things that make him a unique character. In no way is Harrison Ford as Harrison. I have to actually say Harrison Ford as Han Solo to distinguish him from, Alden Ehrenreich. But in no way is that character, perfect. He's got all kinds of flaws. He's a fun, lovable rogue. He's a scamp. He is greedy. He is self-centered. But then he has a little bit of a character arc, throughout the 3 movies, and becomes a hero, as he always had the potential to be. By the way, the Disney trilogy undid all that. He should be important now. He might be in government or something. I don't know. If anything, he should be whatever he wanted to ever be. But instead, no, he's acting as though he were 20 years old again in his 60s. God, that's a role model for me. That's all right with me. These movies didn't work. Okay, they just didn't work. Nobody liked them. Nobody's watching them over and over again. People are complaining and people feel cheated by them. I personally feel cheated by them. I feel as though the people at Lucasfilm were more concerned with filling the screen with diversity and inclusion, with characters that weren't very well realized, weren't very well rendered, to impress and flatter Disney as a corporation. Hey, we hire everyone. We wouldn't exclude anyone. I never thought that you would. That never occurred to me that you had to deliberately seek to hire differing kinds of people, with the different immutable characteristics. I didn't think that you had to try to do that. I thought that just happened naturally. For most people, it does. When you're creating actual characters, for most people, it does. Like Cyberfrog. Again, I got to talk about my own experience here. Cyberfrog's cast of humans are diverse, but some of them are cool, some of them aren't. Some of them are kind of dicks. They all have their own agenda. And I didn't have to go, okay, I got to make sure I have one of everything, because I got to make sure everyone. I'm just telling a story. Whatever comes to mind comes to mind. You'll see. Those of you who are hoping that there will be racism in it, I mean, you'll see. You'll see that it's possible to just naturally create actual characters that live and breathe like human beings and have their own plans and hopes and dreams. And it doesn't have to be at the expense of everything else. It doesn't have to be at the expense of story. But it was, it was in this case. I can say who was Han Solo. You'll tell me. I can say who was Rey. And I can't, what exactly, who is Rey? Who exactly is Rey? And you guys are not going to be able to describe Rey for me in any way that makes her a unique character, separate and apart from Poe. There are things that they did. You can tell me things that they did. You can't tell me who they are, these characters. That is why they fail. And because of that, the cast members themselves don't even respect the work that they did. You've got the fellow who played Finn out there saying, I feel like I was a token. I feel like they hired me because I was black. I don't know what my character was or did or was meant to mean. What was his arc? What did he do? Who is he? I mean, he had such a great start. It's like he's a stormtrooper with a conscience. It's like he rebelled against the First Order. He betrayed them. Beautiful. Where can we go from there? Absolutely nowhere. So I would put it to Disney, Lucasfilm. I would say to them, there's no reason to dishonestly hire a PR firm disguised as Twitter personality. Who are these people? Who are, you know, rewriting Ripley, they're called. There's no real reason to do that. If you're worried about the actual bottom line and you're wondering why Star Wars is failing, it isn't because of voices that are complaining about it. You can call us names. You can say, you're alt-right. I am not alt-right. I'm not. Ask the alt-right. They think I'm a liberal. Most people who know me think I'm a liberal. There's no reason to do that. There's no reason to persecute your critics. But that is what I believe you've descended to. That is where I believe you've fallen because of your own failures. Lashing out, blaming the fans who you've disappointed, trying to silence their most eloquent spokespeople, their most attractive, physically attractive spokespeople. Liberal with your appetite, that's true. Rather than just addressing that what you're doing isn't working. So let's just say that you destroy all of your opposing voices, all of the YouTubers that are complaining about Star Wars. You find reasons to silence them. Let's say you do. You shut them all up. Others are going to rise up. If it's not me, it's going to be someone else. Maybe it'll be someone who's better than me. I can't imagine who that could be. Can't possibly imagine who that would. I can't picture the godlike stature of that individual. But somebody else will rise up. It doesn't have to be me. Doesn't, you know, you can get rid of all of us and more people will replace us. And then you get rid of them and more people will replace them because Star Wars has an enormous, disaffected, and very upset fan base. I'm a big Star Wars fan. God, it broke my heart. Firing Gina Carano was the most corrupt thing I've ever seen happen. And I don't think you can come back from that. I just don't think you can come back from that. She didn't do anything wrong. She was making people happy. She didn't do or say anything wrong. Once she was fired and personalities within Lucasfilm, people like Pablo Hidalgo, celebrated. They said LOL on the day she was fired. It's funny. I realized that this is a real culture war. And you know, they're playing for keeps and they're not playing fair. Nothing that they're doing really makes sense. There's no set of rules that you can follow, I don't believe. I believe that when it comes to Lucasfilm and the SJWs of Lucasfilm, just like the ones of comics, they are more than willing to lie. They're more than willing to lie to each other. They're more than willing to believe the lies that they tell, and then they will try to destroy people's lives. And they've tried to cancel me 100,000 times. This is the newest time. So, that's right. Now you finally get it. No, what are you talking about? What do you come here for? I've been getting it all along. I'm explaining it to other people. Trying to let you guys know. They lie to live. Yeah, we are the Senate, of course. Hope Ethan rips Stephen. I don't even know who Stephen Walton is. Why would I rip him apart? Oh, he's the guy who wrote The Phantom Menace. But why would I rip him apart? What did he do? Harder to cancel than a gym membership. All right, so here's the situation. So today, a lot of people were celebrating and also terrified. Half of you, half of the Twitter Star Wars fandom, whatever the fuck is going on, were very excited. They all worked very, very hard. They caught me saying something that they could pull out of context and then horrify people to make me look like I'm somebody who celebrates murdering people. And it was sarcasm. It was a dark, sarcastic joke that was meant to condemn I'm afraid, oh God, it sucks so bad. But Zack Snyder coming in and basically comparing geeks and gamers, these poor guys, to the people who are the guy who, the pervert, who was involved in a mass shooting this week. Absolutely infuriating. I just found that to be despicable. And I said something, I made a joke that I knew when I said it, I was like, they're going to clip it this way and they're going to take it out of context. And I'm going to get punished for that. And I just went, okay, so what is the degree of punishment going to be? Here's the situation. These SJWs will take a situation like that and run it all over the place. And then they get very excited. They start throwing their own poop around and just being like, oh my God, how horrible, this terribly racist person. I gotta say, I just don't hold racist views, guys. Not at all. It's just not in me. I find racist views to be deplorable, disgusting. I don't like people who hold them. I don't like it. I don't agree with it. Not in my heart, not anywhere. Sorry if that disappoints someone out there. Maybe the alt-right is disappointed that me, one of their most articulate spokespeople, decries and disavows, is disgusted by judging people by their ethnic background and the color of their skin. I just judge them by their I'm just kidding. Look, I do not judge people by their gender either. Of course not. Women are just as good as men at a few things. So I'm disgusted by these views. Disgusted by them. That's not who I am. When I see people say he's racist, that's not who I am. It just isn't. It's not there are some criticisms that will stick that I go, yeah, that's a really fair criticism. I do occasionally, out of hubris, say things that, I can't back up or something like that. I shouldn't have said that. I was too hubris for saying that. But on the other hand, this idea that, I have racist views, it's not who I am. Okay. It just isn't who I am. Sorry. Raised in New Jersey public schools. Okay. I am blue state who somehow became red. I'm, because of taxation, gun control, all of that stuff. You're not looking at a racist person here. Again, sorry for whoever that disappoints on both sides of the aisle. But if you can convince people of that, that's fine. If I said something that you'd clip it, take it out of context, it's going to sound. So the question was, how is YouTube, since SJWs are mass flagging this channel, like their lives depend on it. These are poor, suffering comic book professionals and strange Star Wars personalities, weirdos, who have a gripe, a disagreement, I would say, to put it kindly, with this channel. But they're all bullies. These people are all, the SJW Star Wars fans are bullies. I exposed their entire culture. I made a video about how they randomly and routinely accuse each other of sexual abuse, destroy each other's lives. I said, why do you want to be? I said to Jason Ward, I said, why do you want to be a social justice warrior? Why do you insist? How long are you going to try to ride this shark? You just hold on to one of its fins and just go, I'm going where it goes. Until it realizes that you're there and it's hungry and it tosses you off of its fin and it turns around and bites your head off, which is precisely what it did to Jason Ward. Why? As a man, why do you, as a man, somebody presumably with testicles, would you submit yourself to that? I won't. That's not something that I am going to do. I'm not a social justice warrior. I disagree with these people because I find them corrupt. Part of me likes the idea of paying a little bit more attention to diversity in comics and in Star Wars. Yeah, I think that's a great idea. Yeah, let's maybe do that. Let's pay 10% more attention to that and 200% more attention to the fucking story. That's what I would say. Give and take. Let's do a little give and take, okay, with this. These people got together. They got this clip. They circulated it with each other, and then they presented it to Team YouTube on Twitter. And they said, Team YouTube, what are you going to do? Are you going to allow this bigoted voice to continue to just call for the death of people? Tess Fowler said, Ethan Van Sciver's not going to stop until somebody's dead. That's them. This is all projection. They're not going to stop until I'm dead. They're hoping that I will be so degraded, so, my life will be so completely destroyed by them that I will kill myself. That is what they're hoping. If you examine their heads, if you looked into their hearts, you would find a bunch of really dark, mentally ill people, dark souls, who want me to kill myself. That's what you would find. But it's not just me, it's you too. It's everyone. It's all of us. That's what they want. What else could their agenda be? I don't work at DC Comics anymore, right? So I'm not influencing DC Comics characters. The characters I created behind me there, the ones I created, I don't even have a say anymore. I can't, they could all become radical left-wingers. They probably are. Look at it, Sinestro Corps. And I can't do anything about it. I don't have influence at DC Comics anymore. It's like I can no longer be presented as a representative of DC Comics. I can only be specially thanked in the biggest DC movie. But beyond that, no influence. I'm just doing my own thing. And they think that what I'm doing doesn't mean anything. These people think that Cyberfrog is your little robo mechanical frog book. So what's the problem? What do you need me to do? I'm talking to, 2,000 people sometimes on YouTube. So what exactly is the problem? What is the agenda? Where do we go? Well, to drive you to despair. It was never just to stop you from being a part of DC. I put it to you that this is never going to go away. This is never going to go away. That's permanent. That was really important. It's not going away. My influence at DC Comics will last long after my death. So what is the point? The point is ultimately either intentionally or through what would you call it? I don't even know. To drive people to suicide, to get them to kill themselves. And I will tell you, if I did, they'd be like, yeah, right, high five. House apps are permanent. Yeah, of course. That's what they want to do. Otherwise, what is this? Well, the reason is because I'm still out here telling the truth. What if I were here just saying lies? What if I was here just spitting out conspiracy theories that were comical and funny? Then there would really be no reason, when I say that DC Comics is for sale, not just for sale, they're actually paying. They're trying to pay someone to take these characters because they're no longer making money. They don't, AT&T doesn't care. They don't give a shit. And they say, you're lying. I mean, well, let me lie and look like a fool then, right? I've been right about everything. Everything that I've said has been correct. So anyway, they got all this together. They presented this clip for whatever their reasons are. I think we've established what I believe their hopes and their reasons are to YouTube, to Team YouTube, and YouTube looked at it. And YouTube decided to do what the YouTube rulebook states that you do. And I looked at YouTube's rules and I said, judging from that clip that they've shown, out of context, okay, fair enough. Fair enough to me, way out of context. But judging from that clip, you got to take the video down. That's what they would do. They would take the video down and they would issue me a warning because I have never, despite 3 years of mass flagging campaigns against my channel, I've never had a strike like that. I've had a copyright strike a few times because I would show like, here's the Grammys. Like, what the fuck? Dumb. In my early days, I got a couple copyright strikes and the videos were pulled down. You live through those. But I've never had anything like that. And, that was the first time. So I was issued a warning. And the warning is, don't do it again. And, 96% they say of people who are issued a warning don't have a problem ever again. And why would I? My channel is pure as the driven snow. There's nothing on my channel that breaks YouTube's terms of service. And if there was, it would have been found by now. It would have been found, it would have been reported, and I would have been punished. And I know that because I've had Team YouTube send me emails all the time saying this video was reported, but we looked at it and we realized, no, it does not, it does not offend our terms of service. It doesn't break our terms of service. But this is the big one. This one drives these people crazy here. Here's this guy, youtube.com Vito. Hey, what's up, Vito? He says, the goons at Rewriting Ripley. 2 young ladies work for a PR department hired probably by Lucasfilm. That's my opinion. That's my guess. I think they're working straight for Lucasfilm because nobody has this kind of energy. Nobody has this kind of funding to do what they are doing. Are trying to convince YouTube to ban Ethan Van Sciver for a video where he destroys action figures. They're claiming this is hate speech. So here it is. Team YouTube says, hey, we saw your other video. We passed it along to the review team. And yeah, I got an email from YouTube saying, we're taking the video down and you're getting a warning. Like, don't say this shit again. And I appealed it and I said, it's out of context, but I've been a responsible partner on YouTube. This is your platform, your rules. I follow your rules as long as I know what they are. So, I will abide by your judgment on the appeal. And YouTube got back to me and said, yeah, we're going to stick with it. We're going to keep this. I said, it's probably a good idea. But here's their second thing. So this is them going for a strike. This is them going for an actual strike. Here is Rewriting Ripley Pod saying, hello, thank you so much. Please, no, this is not an isolated incident. Prove it. Prove it is not an isolated incident. Find me saying anything like that ever, anytime on my channel. Comic Artist Pro Secrets has 18 vids pushing harassment against Kelly Marie Tran. This is a lie. This is an extremely obvious lie. I have never told anyone to harass Kelly Marie Tran. I have made fun of the character Rose Tico. At times, she is a character. If I made fun of R2-D2, I've done that too. Would I be in trouble with Kenny Baker? I'm sorry. She's a character in a movie. Rose Tico is. Kelly Marie Tran, I've said over and over again, is a lovely young lady, and I despise the fact that Kelly Marie Tran received harassment before I was even talking about Star Wars on YouTube. Months before. She left YouTube and social media months before I started talking about The Last Jedi. Months before. As you can see, this is March. Oh, no, this isn't. Well, this would be March anyway. I think I made this video. No, I made this video in April. There was still snow on the ground when I made this video. It was April of like 2018 or something like that. 18 vids pushing harassment against Kelly Marie Tran. This is a lie. Who was driven off of Instagram due to racist harassment in 2018, including a 1-hour video cutting the head off of her action figure. And here's the full video. 1 hour of nonstop Rose Tico unboxings. Well, feel free to look at the video. Many of you have. And you will see that it is not unlike a bunch of other videos that I was making at the time, criticizing the way Star Wars toys were cluttering up shelves. I became a fan of World Class Bullshitters. They were making videos explaining that nobody's buying this stuff. Nobody is buying Star Wars toys. They are filling shelves, and especially Rose Tico. For some reason, you couldn't find Darth Vader. You couldn't find Obi-Wan Kenobi. People wanted that character. But when it came to almost everything that was new, or everything that was newly presented and designed, nobody was buying it. These are my terrible toy reviews. Maybe you remember these. Hold on, let me look at this. He's a white male.
All right, let's open it.
All right, let's open it.
I'm a comic book artist and a Star Wars fan.
And yeah, so this is from the first wave of Solo: A Star Wars Story toys. I showed you earlier in another video. Find it on my channel if you
Is
haven't
there
watched it
sound?
yet. I showed you all of the
Let me turn it up.
first wave of action figures, and those were very nice. But suspiciously, they didn't include a Han Solo figure. So Han Solo was absent from his own toy line. Of course, they had to have a new Rose Tico, a couple stormtroopers. They had that weird little old bug lady from Force Awakens.
You hear how I'm talking about all these characters? I mean, it's like they had to have a million new Rose Tico variants, that weird old bug lady. I'm treating the toy roughly as I described it to people. Most people were doing toy unboxings and they were doing them very carefully, if you remember. I mean, they were like very ginger about, handling the toys. To me, this stuff was garbage, and the channel was paying for it. Like, this toy looks like shit. And, you guys were paying for it with ad revenue, with, I might have been getting super chats back then. So I didn't mind just taking it and being like, this.
Let's open this up. And let's do it. I mean, maybe it's good. Maybe I'm wrong. I like to keep an open mind about this terrible, terrible Star Wars propaganda. I want to keep my mind open. All right, so here's our Han Solo figure at last. And yeah, I mean, I don't know. Does he look like Han Solo? I guess.
Does this look familiar? This is the same video, essentially, as the other one, except it's Rose Tico, and you're going to see. You're going to watch what happens here.
Yes, I guess there's a slight resemblance. He's got a gun. It's not his traditional blaster. It's not the gun that we are used to seeing him carry in the Star Wars movies. And we gotta remove this tape. Yeah. Tiny little gun. This will end up in your food if you're not careful, and you will ingest it. They do warn you that this is not for kids. It's not for kids. 70s kind of style thing. This should really be kind of like an early 60s, late 50s kind of model of car, and it would be. I really have. All right, so this is Han Solo's land speeder. It is sturdy. I guess it's sturdy. I mean, I don't know.
Trying to
It's
break
weird. It is a piece of junk. I don't know who wants this. Hasbro? Who wants this? Who designed this? This looks like a school book turned on its side. That's all it is. That's all it is. And then you put this little guy who looks like a Disney Channel tween star in the driver's seat. What is this? Is this for me? Who's it for? And don't say it's for kids, because it's not for kids. Kids don't want this. Just have a few questions.
All right, sorry. I amused myself. That's how all my videos are. I destroy the toys that I play with. I cut them up, or I throw them away. I set fire to them. I run them over with my car. It's nothing personal, Rose Tico. Rose Tico is a character that was not selling. In fact, when you went to the store, Rose Tico was the only thing that was on the shelves. It was all Rose Tico. So the joke was, these toys are worthless and there are too many of them. And if I were to attempt to unbox all of the Rose Tico toys that I've purchased, it would look like this. And I pretended I had 150,000 Rose Ticos. That was the joke. The joke was, I pretended I had 100,000 Rose Ticos because they were $1 each. And opening them up was a burden. Again, this is not an isolated video. You can go look at my terrible, so while you still can, you can go look at my terrible toy reviews, and you will see that this is this is the way it is. Hold on a second. You watch me cursing at Rose Tico a little bit while I yell at my toys.
I wanted to make a video where I had lost my mind about the toys. They were driving me crazy. Let me see. This one's called Disney Millennium Falcon Toy Review. Just barely fits in my trash can. Hold on. Oh, I got to get to more of the beginning here. Let's see. All right.
Now you listen to me. I don't like any of you. None of yous. And the only reason why you aren't in the garbage can right now is because I needed you to review the Force Link 2.0. But it didn't work. It didn't work. And so now you're all on borrowed time. So I want you to stand here and don't say nothing. I don't want to hear about any firmware update required while I review the Millennial Falcon. So all of you,
This is great.
just keep your mouth shut. Don't say a fucking thing. Shut the fuck up, Rose. Don't say a thing. Don't say peep until... Shut the fuck up, Rose. Shut up. Until I'm done reviewing the Millennial Falcon. And then you're all going to join it in the garbage can. Hello.
All right. You catching the flavor of the channel?
I've been told recently, toe thumbs, but...
All right, so here's a... Fast forward as I review. This thing looks like shit. Look at it. That is not the Millennium Falcon.
This is a nice feature if it would shut up. Pop her in there. And yeah, yank on it. That's it. There's no launcher. Evidently not. There is no mechanism in here to... I can treat this with some degree of disrespect, and it's not really going to matter because it is a sturdy toy. So I will say that. Obviously, this is embarrassing, the situation here, but I understand that they wanted to make a less expensive, smaller, more budget-conscious version of the scrap. Ordinarily, they'll make much bigger ones. They'll try to sell them for $300 and end up humiliatingly having to liquidate them at Toys R Us for $40, as Toys R Us actually liquidates all of its assets and goes bankrupt thanks to a giant-sized $300 Millennium Falcon that nobody wants. How many more times can you sell this vehicle? I don't know. This is, I think, the second time I bought a Millennium Falcon in my life, and it is definitely one of the best Millennium Falcons that I've ever bought. So thank you. I hope you enjoyed this review, everyone. Let me know about it. Are you going to get one of these? Yeah? Cool. All right.
The mess on the floor.
And let's take a moment to thank my wonderful...
Oh my God. That's how this channel started. You can go back again. I recommend, while you still can, go watch my terrible toy reviews, and you will see there's only a couple of times where I didn't do that, but sometimes I actually would put my foot in the can, kick it down, you know, trying to really get it in there. It was garbage. It was pure garbage. So it was in that spirit that the Rose Tico toy, 1 hour of Rose Tico toy boxings or unboxings was done. Okay, so it was in that spirit. Just one of many Star Wars toy videos in which I disgraced and spat upon my purchases and threw them in the garbage, cut them to pieces, blew them up, threw them in the fireplace, ran them over with my car. Why did I do it? Because it made people laugh. People just wanted to chuckle. People watch my YouTube videos in those days because they just wanted to laugh. And it was funny. You know, these reviews were pretty good satire, and they ended, kids used to watch. This is great. Lucasfilm would love to know this. Most of the biggest fans of my toy reviews were children who, I'm sorry to say, one parent said that their kid said, "Shut the fuck up, Rose." And that's when I went, okay, there can't be curses or anything like that in these, YouTube toy reviews. So in any case, with that in mind, I want you to understand what is going on here. Now, I will say that my first warning on this channel was fair play. I accept it. I accept the decision. I accept the ruling. I'm a fair man. I think that YouTube was acting fairly. Again, let me just say that. The question is, how will YouTube respond to this? As this video is being mass flagged, the video of me opening 10 Rose Tico toys, and then, you know, basically the first ones I open nicely, and then I get angrier and angrier until finally I just cut through the whole thing with a pair of scissors. Rose Tico is cut into 2 pieces, like the toy inside. MovieWeb actually wrote an article about it. Like, this is an art piece. This is, what is he trying to say? It's very artistic. People have been reporting it. It's been reviewed and many times, and YouTube has told me that it did not violate their terms of service, and I've taken them at their word. Otherwise, I would have taken the video down. If they said, yeah, I don't know, I would have removed the video, or the video wouldn't still be there. So the question is Team YouTube in league with Rewriting Ripley Pod? Is this a conspiracy? And this is what you're going to need. This is what this is what you guys are going to need to keep your eye on. Because a lot of people are panicking right now and saying, they're after all of us, and YouTube is just going to deplatform us and all this stuff. I would say don't panic until you see the end result of this judgment. Now, we're prepared either way. I'm prepared to be like, oh, YouTube is fair and just. YouTube, recognizes that these were terrible toy reviews. This is what I do. This is what a lot of people did on YouTube. And there was no harm. There was no threat to ridiculous. This is all, bullshit. These are all lies. And clearly, this video has been viewed and reviewed and talked about, et cetera, et cetera. If it were really a problem, it would be gone by now. So I'm trusting that YouTube's going to look at this and just be like, sorry, yeah, it doesn't violate terms of service. It didn't in 2018. It didn't in 2019. It didn't in 2020. It doesn't in 2021. You are allowed to take action figures and make videos of you cutting them apart or melting them, setting fire to them, running over them with your car. Of course you are. And if you are not allowed to cut up an action figure because it is molded to poorly resemble a person of color, quite incidentally, by the way, then we need to have that rule established. I actually need to have that spelled out. You can only slam white action figures in the garbage. You can only cut up the visages of white characters. You can only set fire to Han Solo and Luke Skywalker and Obi-Wan Kenobi. I guess you can set fire to Kylo Ren. That's good. I want to. But no, these other action figures cannot be destroyed, which is really, really bad news because somebody has to do something with the still unsold tens of thousands of Rose Tico action figures that I didn't personally buy for 50 cents. Are they going to be preserved somewhere forever as a monument to the mistake, the sad inadequacy, the stupidity of Lucasfilm, which inflicted that stupidity upon Hasbro? They overproduced Rose Tico and made 4 variants of her. Nobody was buying this toy. And it put Toys R Us out of business. You're not allowed to destroy these toys, though. And if you do it, please do it in private with respect. Don't make it funny. Whatever you do, don't make it funny. Don't make people laugh about it. Breaking toys, cutting up toys. What's next? Human beings? Yes. Did you hear him? He said he's going to kill human beings next. This is ridiculous. This is a farce. This is a fraud that this weirdo Rewriting Ripley, these weirdos, are trying to inflict on me and my livelihood and you and our relationship and the fun that we have together. And I can't overstate it. There's no possible way to overstate it. This is a fraud. This is a farce. This channel is 100% clean, fun. You might not agree with the opinions that I express here. That's okay. I still want you here. You're welcome. Nobody looks at people for the color of their skin around here. You are no better or worse than anyone else because of where you came from or your sexual orientation. You will not be treated differently here in Comicsgate or in the Fandom Menace because of the color of your skin, maybe because of your gender. Again, I mean, the people are extra nice to the girls around here. I gotta say, guys, settle down. We have to. we have to fight this. We have to. So I told Andrea, I said, worst case scenario, my channel gets taken down unjustly. We must be prepared for that. At that time that my channel gets taken down unjustly by social justice warriors, I am going to do something extraordinary. I am going to ask my active listening audience to join me on another platform. I am going to say it's time that we stop talking about it and get up off our asses, because before it was kind of like, is it going to happen? It is happening. And by the way, these alternative platforms aren't working so well. They're just not. People are like, well, we're comfortable on YouTube. I was comfortable with DC Comics. Sometimes you have to be pushed. Sometimes you have to be pushed. And then when you're pushed, that's when changes can be made. And as I told Andrea, if these idiots are able to make a martyr out of me and to platform me unjustly from YouTube, I will become bigger and more powerful than I've ever been. What will I have standing between me and saying whatever the fuck I want? Brian Young, you weirdo. You were able to get your videos taken down, the videos that I made exposing you and your personal peccadillos, taken down on this channel. Sir, those videos are still up on BitChute. Nothing will stop me. Leaving DC Comics didn't humble me. Obviously, it didn't make me go away. It didn't make me less important. It made me 20 times more important, 20 times louder, 1,000 times richer, and an inspiration. I'm so happy to be an inspiration. So happy. So at that point, I will say to you guys, and I will reach you through Twitter. I'll reach you through, I'm going to make a mailing list and all this stuff. I'll reach out to you. I'll say, join me. Join me at that point. And if we are allowed to stay here on this platform, like I believe I'm entitled to because of the fact that I've obeyed the rules here, as I've just proven, and the fact that I'm being lied about, I am not shutting up. Lucasfilm, we're going to get louder and noisier about you soy boys and you bitches than you could possibly imagine. Howard Stern was muzzled by FM radio. I will choose a platform and I will make it the Fandom Menace's Sirius XM. I will bring all of you with me. I will bring all of the voices of the Fandom Menace. And we will be very noisy indeed. Without restrictions, without pity. No, people are saying hire a lawyer. I'm not fighting for this platform. You can hire a lawyer for what? These people hide. These people make accusations under anonymous names, pseudonyms. They're cowards. They're absolute cowards, and they do it so that you can't sue them. Who are you? Who are you bitches calling me and my friends racists? Who are you stirring up a hate mob against me? People calling for violence against me. Who are you people? How dare you? How dare you pretend that you're on the right side of things? You are very much on the wrong side of history. You are evil. You are liars, and we will destroy you. I'm not fighting for this platform. Take it. Remove these shackles. Take it from me. I will expose all of you. I still have a shred of mercy in me. It is underscored and contained by YouTube's terms of service, which I am most certainly happy to obey. And when I disobey them inadvertently, as I did 2 days ago, I am more than willing to accept the consequences as long as the consequences are fair. I didn't say anything bad about YouTube ever. I've always been like, YouTube's fair. They're fair with me. They're fair. They let me say what I want. I take a look around. I see Sargon of Akkad still has a platform here on YouTube. I see The Quartering still has his platform on YouTube. So, I mean, it's the ball's in your court. I couldn't give a shit. You take my YouTube channel from me, you're going to make me a multimillionaire. Cyberfrog 3 will make $3 million. I will be on TV. I will be on TV. I will be talking about individuals, naming them by name. I'll be on Fox News. I'll be on Fox News with Tucker Carlson, pointing the fingers of scorn. So, what do I ask of you guys? 1,759 people here. 1776 might just commence in a few seconds. Recommence, was it? What did he say? What do I ask of you guys? I just ask you to follow me. I ask you to love me as much as I love you. I want you guys to come along with me wherever I go. We will dance on... I can't say things. No, I'm following the rules here. I'm on YouTube. I can't say anything that might even sound remotely violent. What I'm saying is, I tell the truth here. I make people laugh. I am a Star Wars fan, or I was. Whenever you guys put out a good toy, I sounded like a happy 12-year-old boy as I unboxed it. Remember my Jabba the Hutt video? I couldn't have been happier. When I saw Mandalorian Season 2, the finale, how did I sound? Did I sound like somebody who was just, you couldn't work with me? That I was always just going to run you down? When you do good things, I say nice things. You good girl, you get cookie. 1776 has commenced just now. Thank you, guys. So anyway, I love you guys. I love you. I love you. I love you. I love you. Do not be afraid. Whatever happens, happens. What are we going to do? What are we going to do? You think I'm going to let these people stop me? I'm not. I just have the truth on my side. I have all of you. I have my following. I have my following. You guys, there were people who thought Cyberfrog 2 wasn't going to make $500,000. We failed. You failed, Ethan. Your fans are gone. Your followers are gone. Cyberfrog is sitting at 1.15 million right now. 1.151 million, if we want to even get more specific. Comicsgate's bigger and stronger than ever. Because it's you guys. You guys have heart. You guys recognize lies. You're not afraid of people. You don't mind calling liars out. I love you for that. Trust in me. When I make a mistake, I feel bad about it. I really do. I felt bad about that. I was like, oh. Andrea said, that's not funny. I was like, no, you needed to see it in context. She's like, no, in context, it's especially not funny. I went, no, maybe I was mad. Fair enough. But this is unfair. This would be unfair. And Team YouTube, I trust in you because I have no reason to doubt you thus far to make the proper ruling here. And if you do not, that is okay. Well, we will move on and we will choose it. Maybe it'll be Odyssey. I like Odyssey. Maybe it'll be BitChute. I don't know. Who knows? But we'll choose one of them. You guys can send me recommendations. Should, whatever. You have my email. And we will proceed. We will go forward stronger, happier, more free than ever before. One thing that we must remember is to stay nimble on our feet, to be creative and innovative partners with one another. Those of you who are in this audience, who want to be creative people, you are a part of this creative community, and we're partners with you in a lot of ways. We have to work together to build new ways to be independent, new means of independence. We have to build things. We have to make things. We have to make cartoons and video games. We have to make comic books. Somebody's saying at least back up to Odyssey right now. I am. Currently. Don't worry unless it's very sudden. Do not worry, guys. That Millennium Falcon video already uploaded. Yeah, it's here forever. All right, so what I'm going to do now is I'm going to thankfully, humbly, graciously read your super chats. I have a family, and my family depends on you. You're my customers. Doesn't depend on YouTube. Doesn't depend on DC Comics, even though they better fucking pay me for that special thanks. And if they don't, I don't care if they do or don't. I'm going to read the super chats. I'm going to read the super chats because I have a family, and you guys, in a very real way, you guys pay my bills, honestly. I mean, if it wasn't for you, people go, oh, he's a millionaire. No, I'm not. That's the business. I don't have any money. My bank account has $4,000 in it right now, and I haven't paid all my bills this month yet. I am not that's my personal income, which is YouTube. Okay. My business, that money gets spent on books and toys and shipping them to you. And then eventually someday I'll retire and stop making things, and whatever's left in the business, that'll suddenly become our retirement. So I want you to understand. We're very careful. But I depend on you guys. And I'm going to share something with you today. Oh, should I do it? No, I'm going to wait. I'm going to wait. I'll tell you after I'll tell you another time. G. Doc Swiss says, I'm so poor I only own 10 Bitcoins. God, that'd be great to own 10 Bitcoins. If EVS stopped eating pie, he'd save $10,000 per month. All right, let me read these super chats. Stop reading the insults. Start reading the super chats. I love the insults, though. Although I will say that my YouTube chat needs to step up the insult game after I've seen the SJWs come after me. It's like, you guys have to step up your game, dude. These guys are over the top. They know how to shut you down. I was like, what is my chat doing wrong? All right, let me read these. Let me go all the way down. Wow, thank you. A lot of super chats. That's a lot of pies, guys. You're feeding. You're like, he's gaining weight. Why? Because of the you're sending me these super chats, and I'm spending them all on just eating an entire sheet cake with my hands. Here's a sheet cake from Walmart. Just pure garbage. Just pour it right into my head. Flicks by Cody says, all caps comics all the way. Hell yes. That's our label. That's our brand. That's our brand. King KDI says, wish you started after the salty cracker stream, but hey there, Sunbeam. Hope you ate well. Oh yeah, we ordered Italian food and I ate some of Ava's birthday cake, but 2 bites of it. It really tasted like Fruity Pebbles. So a little bit of that birthday cake went a long way. Took 2 bites in the garbage, just like a Millennium Falcon, just like a Rose Tico toy. Julia D2 says, Zach came in. Oh, I read that one. Julia D2 also says, I am not super chatting Geeks and Gamers again until somebody apologizes to the fans and the donors. Okay. Stephen Rockwood said, Anna's video about her sister broke my heart today, but clearly Geeks and Gamers are good people. I like Geeks and Gamers. Julia D2 said, no one said sorry to the fans. No one. Yeah. Lawrence Miller says, we love you, Uncle Ian, everyone at All Caps Comics. That's me and Andrea right now. And Michelle, Michelle's coming in. What's today? Friday? Michelle's coming in Sunday. We're going to bag and board the line art Unforgettable Tales books for Warts and All. That's a big job, bagging and boarding all those books. We got to get Warts and All ready and in condition to ship. All right. So Michelle too. And we're looking to, there's this other kid, Mikey, who was Hunter's friend, who I would like to hire on to be like the warehouse guy. Puggernaut says, wow, for $20. Thanks for $20, brother. The Midnight's Edge Nerdrotic Geeks and Gamers clique were engaged in some serious hugbox tonight. None are willing to be critical of the other. And Jeremy's going to let Uche burn his brand down and not keep at arm's length. Burn Geeks and Gamers. Uche, I heard from people that Uche is pissed at me. And I don't know what to say about that. I don't even know. I don't know this dude. I just saw him on a video once. And that was 2 days ago. David Bowser says, Ezra Miller is so soy. I just watched Snyder Cut and his feminine running ruins a cool scene towards the end of the movie. I haven't even seen the rest of the movie yet. I watched the first 20 minutes. It's a 4-hour movie because the entire fucking thing's in slow motion. If Zack Snyder actually made people move at a normal pace, sped things up just a little bit, the movie's probably 15 minutes long. Bruce Ward says, happy Friday, EVS, and cheers for your daughter's birthday. Thank you for that. Appreciate that. Loved your post-hack Snyder stream. Loved your post-hack Snyder stream. Thanks for doing what you do. You're welcome. That Zack Snyder stream got taken down, but it was preserved. Somebody did download it, and it exists. So that'll end up, if I have to go somewhere else, that'll end up there. Viro Chana Asura says, I sent you an email with good info on manga and anime. Was that you? I started reading that. That was a whole big essay that you wrote, an informative essay about manga, so that I would maybe get a quick crash course education about it. And I'm grateful for that. I started reading it and then I had to do something else, but I preserved it in my email. Let me say publicly and out loud so that, it's not just an email. Thank you. Thank you for that service. I appreciate it. Drew with Comics Elite says, it's amazing how many capitalist socialist creators I have met at comic book conventions. Yeah, all these guys are socialists, but boy, they're sitting there at those flea markets every weekend all over the country asking you to buy sketches and stuff from them. Bob Gable, thank you for $4.99. Thank you, sir. Best YouTuber by far. Wow. Anchorfist says, pause for like 5 minutes. I got to go get a soda. Me too. I finished my water. I start talking and I just, my mouth dries out and I gotta, that's when I know it's time to end the stream. Andrew Wyatt says, I just watched your Firestorm videos. So was Gail like a bossy, overbearing SJW or a snarky, snaky SJW making that story into crap? It broke my heart watching you reflect and pour your feelings out there, bro. Gail Simone was kind of, the thing that she mostly did was she wanted to turn me against our editor. She's like, our editor's stupid. And she would be like, she was insulted. And this, by the way, this editor was a woman. She's one of the few female editors at DC Comics. And Gail was undermining her the entire time we were doing Firestorm. And I couldn't take it. I mean, frankly, I don't work for Gail. I work for my editor who works for DC. So it was just ridiculous. So I don't know. I mean, it was just she didn't want to be there, and that was, I think, the big problem. Bob Gable says, you should have got the Rush Limbaugh time slot. I'm not a Monster fan says, thank you for that. It's very flattering. I'm glad you enjoy my YouTube channel. Monster Fan says, love you and your work. Stephen Walton just launched a half-hour attack on you. Thought you might want to know. Hail Cyberfrog. Oh, I didn't see that. Stephen Walton is the guy who wrote the Fandom Menace book, and he asked me to participate 1,000,000 times, and I never agreed to participate in that book. He said, could I put Cyberfrog on the cover? And I said, I guess. But you know, that's all I did. He wanted me to be interviewed for the book. I just didn't want to be in some book about the Fandom Menace. I'm so sorry. So, you know, everybody has an agenda. Everybody has hurt feelings. Everybody has bitterness, and it comes out in weird ways at sudden times when it seems advantageous to them. It seems to me, you know, it's like, oh, I have some hurt feelings that this person didn't do what I wanted them to do, and now it might be advantageous for me to fucking ball them out. I think I'll do that. So Stephen Walton, I haven't heard what you had to say, but probably F you. I would say 90%, according to this, F you. Anchor Fist says, all right, I'm back. Continue. What kind of soda did you get? Deltaverse Comics says, imagine thinking they can stop us. Hail Comicsgate. Walton was pro Fandom Menace. He wanted to write this book lionizing the Fandom Menace. I said, that's just not what you should do. You know, I mean, we're just critics on YouTube. And I just don't think there needs to be a book, The History of the Fandom Menace. It's silly. And I'm not going to be in it. You know, you're not going to get me talking about this. I talk about it every day. And most of the time, I'm just taking the piss. You know, what am I going to, you know, be interviewed? Like, what? The History of the Fandom Menace. No. Killian Marfori says, had to catch your last stream from BitChute after YouTube took that. All right, so it was put on BitChute after YouTube took it down. Glad I did, though. I 100% agree with your take. No quarter given, no to leftists, no more half measures. Time to build, separate and build for ourselves. All the best, EVS. Thank you, Killian Marfori. Timothy W. Haskins says, happy birthday to your daughter. Get her some ice cream. Oh, thank you. Mike Murphy says, here's something to go towards birthday expenses. Hope she had a great one, Ethan. I think she did. She was running around, going on the big rides. She's going on fast rides. Andrew was like, oh, no. No, she likes it. She likes the roller coasters and stuff, you know. Deltaverse Comics says, I miss that age of my daughter. First, we protect. Rage 1732 says, happy birthday, Ava. Thank you. Thank you. Lancer 737 says, now we know what the Disney rights focus. Wait, now we know what the Disney writers focus on, making hit pieces and space rocks. I'm not with the mouse. In light of recent events, I denounce labor camps. In recent events, I denounced. Yeah, Cloud9, that's how they did that, didn't they? And people still say that was two separate statements he was making. Yeah, I mean, it was a trick. You know, this is the thing. You make two statements that you can say plausibly. These are two separate statements, but when people hear them, they connect them together, and that's quite intentional. That's very much intentional. Just got here. Did you see the quartering going to bat for you, man, on Twitter? Good stuff, says Cloud9 Ninja. I hope so. Please, it would be great to have the quartering and I allies again. I've been a little bit bitter towards him when he turned on me last year, and out of nowhere, started saying Cyberfrog 2 was going to be a failure and I'd killed the Comicsgate and all this stuff. That hurt my feelings, and I talked it through with him, and still I kept seeing him say stuff about me. So I just went, all right, the quartering's not my friend. And it's been there. Like, the quartering is not my friend, has been here in my heart. And then he super chatted a kind of a come to Jesus thing where he kind of said, hey, the beef between us is blown out of control. I don't even know what that is. I made fun of him once in a video, in a live stream. I just kind of made fun of him, maybe like a week ago. But I don't think it's blown out. I barely talk about Jeremy because he's got a much bigger channel than me and could probably hurt my channel. But no, look, if Jeremy wants to get on good terms, I'm all for that. And I thank him for going to bat for me. That was brave. Quiet Man says, at least Han didn't trip up the ramp of the Falcon. I heard about that. I heard about Joe. I haven't seen this, but I heard about Joe Biden. I got to see it. 200 Watt Studio, thanks for $10. He says, Jeremy needs to clarify what happened. Seems that there were negotiations behind the scenes ahead of time by somebody to have the Geeks and Gamers disassociated from the stream and charity. This is part 104. That effectively makes that stream and event a non-Geeks and Gamers event. That is wrong. The audience was not told that ahead of the stream, and we all donated thinking we were doing a Geeks and Gamers charity stream. Oh, I didn't look at it that way. 200 Watt Studio goes on. If I had known the Geeks and Gamers was not allowed to be involved, essentially being canceled, I would not have supported it. My donation essentially supported Geeks and Gamers being canceled. And then the last part is, my money reinforced Hollywood's cancellation of Geeks and Gamers and a community I love. Whoever sold Geeks and Gamers and us out needs to apologize. You and all being targeted is wrong. You good man, an adult in this. I think you meant you of all being targeted is wrong. You're a good man in all this. Thank you, 201 Studio. I try to be. I appreciate it. Wow, $40. Thank you for that. Appreciate it. Waylon Todd, thank you for £5. Says the dark side EVS blocks the sun out. Yeah, 200 Watt Studio. Again, you are dead on, Ethan. This is real. Damn it. NASA Rabati says Secret Comics Presents is now live on Indiegogo. NASA Rabati just fulfilled a successful campaign. Now he's trying again with Secret Comics Presents. Secret Comics Presents on Indiegogo. If you'd be so kind to check it out and maybe back him a little bit, give him a little support. Sinister Voices says, thanks for making dope-ass comics. That is all. Wow, thank you. Thank you for backing them. Rage1732 says, it doesn't matter what is true to SJWs. They will mold you with their jargon to turn you into the monster they need you to be. Roland S says, hey, here's a good question. Where would you want your personal nieces and nephews to go to university in the USA? And Uncle wants to know. Boy, that is a good question. Well, you know what? I'm just going to be sentimental, and I'm going to say Brigham Young University. That's where my parents met. And you know, it's a largely Mormon college. So it just seems like it would be a good place, safe place. They wouldn't be indoctrinated with soy. So I would say Brigham Young University in Utah. MI05 says, you should know by now. Don't explain, just laugh. Charles Crow, thank you for the sticker. Says, hey, you, it's a little fat guy. Primer says, judging people by ethnic background, skin color, gender, and sexual orientation. SJWs are, by definition, every bit as contemptible as the alt-right. Well, I mean, they meet. It's like, you know, they're, what's that called? The curve where they meet. They're very similar. We're right here, and there's a ring. This is the alt-right, and this is the, you know, far left. And they end up both being kind of racist. Gek812 says, E, have you backed your videos on Odyssey yet? Yeah. Andrew Wyatt says, it's going to take a critique from EVS, the writer, to show their methods are weak. Don't attack their intent, attack the content. Vic King says, hey, Ethan, hey, everyone. Heavily armored, weaponized cyberpunk action thriller Artifice, Reanimate, is live on Indiegogo. Back it tonight. King Harkinian says, SJWs and cancelers are the minions of Satan. Clint Matthews says they want us to end ourselves. So that's why Snyder sabotaged the suicide prevention charity stream. Interesting. Yakusei. What hearts? These people have no heart. Or else their books and movies would have feeling and soul, nor would they waste their every moment destroying. Anchorfist says most bad things will become funny in time, but I'm impatient, and that's why I laugh in the moment. Joe Wajanowski says, heard of Marvel Method podcast? Method Man and you enjoy each other's art form. Try to get on and hype Comicsgate. End around Lucasfilm and stick it to Disney via Marvel. I'm not going to do that for the same reason that I wouldn't have Zack Snyder on the stream. I am not going to present myself before people who have great influence, collaborate with them only to have them publicly embarrass Comicsgate or demean Comicsgate. I will never work with a celebrity that I don't know. I need to know their point of view. You know, where do you stand? Where do you stand on Comicsgate? Where do you stand on what's going on at Marvel, SJWs, Star Wars? And if we are in agreement broadly, then maybe that's something that we can do. But just getting on there because it's a celebrity who likes comics, we're asking for trouble. Fo Chung says, I thought you were double canceled, yet here you are. I am super duper canceled. CP the Nerd says, you and Ripa gave me life after the Snyder BS. Sir Angus Fungus says, what happened to the cake? Ethan, I would have got away with it if, except for you damn kids. Any pie? The jumping castle is deflated. It is deflated. It's in the garage. It's cold. I'll take it out again in the summertime. And the kids really liked it. Roland S says, Netflix is increasing its prices. Inflation now? Maybe. James Spoon says, nice white girl Becky voice, CBS. Made me laugh. Thanks. Julia D2 says, play the Go Grab My Belt video instead. Go grab my belt. You need a spanking, baby. That's a great song. A lot of people turned on to Flint Flossie and the Turquoise Jeeps, guys. Turquoise Jeep, guys. They are awesome. They're really funny, you know. Good satirists. And actually pretty good musicians and singers. Brad Guy says, my girlfriend's daughter, Filipino to Cracker, introduced you 3 years ago. She said, he sounds like you. Since then, we have backed you and the boys. Hey, thank you, Bry Guy. Yeah, I recognize you. Thank you. David Barron says, your business model is very fragile. You're too dependent on YouTube for promotion. And I would recommend that you diversify your platforms ASAP. David, I hear you. I absolutely hear you. So I will do that. Christopher Gorey says, good sir, the Friday Night Tights crew roundly had your back tonight. P.S. Please tell little Shane Davis that we're all very proud of the last report card he brought home. Christopher, a.k.a. the good rep. Oh, his little face. Shane Davis. Little slugger. Donuts One says, just saw a license plate. Tico 5. Flicked him off. Wow. Roger Haynes, thanks for the thumbs up. Let's see. Ranford Crone says, I thoroughly enjoyed every toy review video. Oh, good. Snarkticon DM says, Millennial Falcon, even the trash don't want it. Well, to be fair, it was full of soda cans. Did you see that? Fantasy says, put the Terrible Toys episodes on DVD Blu-ray and release them all under all caps classics. Hey, I never thought of that. Do you think we could make money like on selling a couple of DVDs? Brundle Dan says, SJWs, thanks for $20.21. SJWs leech off existing successes. They cannot create or innovate on their own. They mock EVS and other independent creators because they're too arrogant to recognize paradigm shifting before their eyes. And that's why they'll lose. Primer says, these SJWs act like you're cutting voodoo dolls. Snarkticon DF says, those aren't hate speech. They were 80s PSAs. Object of Hate says, I suspect rewriting Ripley is a front for the Southern Poverty Law Center. That's interesting. I doubt it, though. Let's see. Crack Croc says, they hate us because they anus. But he spelled it anus. Chris Ward says, started to actively fight back today by backing Cyberfrog. Hey, Chris, thank you. Black Tiger 001 says, Odyssey, strike you down and you'll be more powerful. Rage 1732 says, I go where you go, brother. Yeah, I hope so. I hope you guys do. Please do follow me. Phil Moore says, I don't know why Comicsgate and the Fandom Menace haven't collaborated to make a website forum site where we can talk. Well, I don't know how to, but anybody who does, I'd be in your debt. Maybe you could figure out a way to monetize it and make a little money for yourself, because we could use something like that. Anthony Figaro says, strike me down and I'll become more powerful than you can possibly imagine. Snarkticon DM says, EVS will be a hit on Mike Lindell's media app. Fochung says, EVS, you are a platform seller. Nice. I like that. Jason Smoot says, God, I love you, fatty. Thanks a lot. Eric Lavoie says, check out Locals. They will have live streaming soon. Locals. Anchorfist says, lead the way, Ethan, and leave YouTube. I leave too. Rhino4563 says, the war cry we've been waiting for. Rise, children of the sunbeam. All hail, Red Leader. Comics Exposed, $100. Wow. Thank you, Comics Exposed. You need to take this seriously. This channel could be gone before you know it. YouTube has all power in this situation, and you don't. YouTube is crap at times, and they're only concerned about the user experience and not just users like you. Sabatro. Comics Exposed, do you hear me taking it seriously? You just told me, I just told you guys for half an hour or longer. I don't even know how long we've been going. That I do take it seriously. I've examined this from every angle, everything that could possibly happen, best case to worst case, and what the solution will be. Worst case scenario, YouTube yanks this channel down and we move over to another platform that is a little more liberal in certain ways. and we just raise hell over there. You guys hopefully will follow me over there, and we will build it. I mean, it's always been about building it. It's like, you know, if I am not on YouTube, I'm going to ask my incredibly loyal, wonderful subscribers and fans. And it doesn't mean I'm ever going to have 146,000 subscribers on my next platform. I don't need them. I mean, most of the 146,000 people that subscribe to this channel don't show up for live streams. Where are you 10,000, you know, backers? Where are the people who are constantly here, who are loyal, who, you know, always watch my videos, always back my... I need 10,000 of you. I need you guys over there. That's what I need. And I think you guys will be there because I will be awesome on another platform. Awesome. Not in the 80s sense. In the literal dictionary definition sense. Comics Exposed then goes, oh, I'm catching up on the stream. Sorry, I'm behind. Okay. Yeah, I just got through all that. Orbital 1970 Goat says, so we can't talk about trebuchets anymore? Oh, that's right. Yeah, what if they find out that I've been threatening to fling people into the ocean via trebuchet? This guy's insane. This guy's a killer. He's not going to stop until someone's dead. He's flinging people with trebuchets. Did you hear what Ethan's doing? He's taking his Cyberfrog money and he's building Trebuchet Guevara in the Bavarian Alps. It's gigantic. It's an enormous trebuchet that can fling 4,000 soy boys or one purple-haired land whale into orbit. That's Ethan. That's what he's all about. Yeah, we can still talk about trebuchets, obviously. Barb Rogers, Little Miss Sunbeam says, I will stand with you at the gates of hell and fight, Ethan. They will be punished in the lake of fire, even if we go down fighting. Evil has within itself the seeds of its own destruction, as we know. Thank you, Barb. Yakase for $2 says, we will dance in the puddles of soy boy tears. V Chandler says, just wanted to make a new alt video platform suggestion for you. Odyssey will be the next big platform. It has an Apple app and functions like YouTube. Yes, I like it. I got to say, I like it. Christopher Gorey says, good sir, I'm about to start my 3rd year of supporting you. Wow, thank you for $15, by the way. And I'll follow 300 more if necessary because you love us and you are a leader. God bless, Christopher, aka the Good Reverend. Humbling. Thank you, Christopher. Random Name says, for $10, I would like to thank and apologize to EVS for all past and future sins, both his sins and the sins targeting him. Please keep winning. Well, I intend to. I'm sorry. You know, that's naturally what I do. I win. You know, I get knocked down and I just rise up bigger than I was before. Fatter, stupider, but more successful. And that's important. Tommy says, just got my beanie. Always support you, Uncle E. Thank you. I'm glad. I hope you like the beanie. We're going to be putting the beanies up on eBay pretty soon. So I hope you like him. Stencil Artist Yan says, Comicsgate UK stands with you, EVS. Well, I certainly hope so. I stand with Comicsgate UK. You guys have to help me figure out this goddamn VAT tax. Let me see here. Where was I? Oh, I just had to refresh so I could read more super chats, and I got to catch up to where I was. Oh, there we go. Chad EH says, for $10, says, hey, I uploaded a video of you when you signed my Rose Tico and Sexy Snoke back in 2018, making it more valuable than it was to begin with. Thanks for being irrelevant and fighting the good fight. Thank you. The North Remembers gives me a nice sticker of, I think, a yellow dog, or I don't know. I think it's a yellow dog. Luke Sylvie Claire says, fallacy. The only terms of service you violated is on the chair you're sitting on. Yeah, I am cruel to this chair, but to be fair, when I bought it, it promised it could hold 400 pounds. It was like a fat guy chair. And I went, well, that's what I need. I don't weigh 400 pounds, not even close. Well, but, you know, I needed to, you know, be capable and sturdy. Julia D2 says, I love the Go Grab My Belt Cyberfrog drawing time-lapse short video. I also own the page you drew because my dad passed away. I was 19 when you made it. Thank you. Wow, Julia D2. Well, first of all, I'm sorry about your father. I'm glad that you own a Cyberfrog page. It's great to have you here. And she goes on to say, follow up. Jeremy did apologize to fans and donors. Oh, good. Okay. Yeah. I don't want people mad at Jeremy. I mean, I think Jeremy was just in like, everybody has a moment of weakness and confusion where they just, it's like you get hit in the head with a sack of rice and you just kind of go, what? And you don't know what to do. And I feel like Jeremy didn't know what to do. I've seen no proof, no reason to doubt that Jeremy isn't loyal to his fans. I just think he needed a big pep talk and he needed to be reoriented. And he came on the stream. Eric and I talked to him, and I think he sees things clearly for what happened. But I mean, what a betrayal! It's a shame. I feel bad for him. James Specken box says, thanks for making comics my older brothers can be excited about again. My niece loved Flash Rebirth after she said the show started to suck. Cheers. Oh, good. I hope you like that comic. James Smoot says, Ripa said this stream is moist. I'm learning about what the word moist means. I had to look it up in the Urban Dictionary. I think it means like doesn't have facts and is stupid. So he's right about it. He called this stream moist, 100% correct. HBG3 says EVS is a real leader. I don't know what the Jeremy is. Earth Prime 232 says $5 to the Sheet Cake Fund, Mr. Fatty McButterpants. P.S. Keep up the good work. Thank you. Eclipse Warlord for $5 says phone was having problems with super chats. I wish you chose a different platform than Patreon. I refuse to ever give them money again. Yeah, sorry about that. Fo Chung says pulling a Snyder when you distance yourself from people who helped you in good faith. Hacks and Axe says if YouTube exiles popular YouTubers, they lose at Monopoly. Well, I mean, look, as long as we win, I don't really care. Adrian Stone says happy birthday, Ava. Wow, thank you so much, Adrian. That's $17 from New Zealand. Big Block 396, $10. Thanks for all the entertainment. You're welcome. I hope you're having fun. Tracer Bullet says, just purchase one of your all caps comics tees. Can't believe it cost me $34. I guess you're worth it. Yeah, the shipping. I'm sorry, guys. Shipping is really bad. It makes you feel like I'm being ripped off. I understand. We're shipping things out of the house now. You guys have no idea how ungodly shipping is, especially out of the country. Here in the United States, it's not so bad. But when you're shipping to Europe, and Andrew's like, wait till you see what it costs to ship Salamandroid to Indonesia, Ethan. You're gonna, yeah, I know. Salamandroid PVC to Indonesia. Doesn't matter. We're doing it. We want those Salamandroid PVCs in Indonesia. That's important. Alberto Bonsanto says, Flash does something cool at the end of the movie. Okay. I'll watch it. I heard some good stuff about it, but it doesn't matter. I mean, the actor is still dreadful. Ezra Miller, what the hell? Omar Hernandez says third time donating and no mention. What the fat man? Third time donating to what? Haven't I read all your super chats? Thank you, Omar Hernandez. If I missed one, I'm sorry. I've been reading them in order. Moon Doogie says screw Marvel, DC, and any other SJW comics. Hail Comicsgate. Hail Comicsgate and hail Omar Hernandez again, man. Appreciate you guys, all of you. 200 Watt Studio says for $10, happy birthday to your daughter. Hope you had a great day. I appreciate all you do. You are a 100% real dude, an adult in a childish storm. No, I'm a child too. The weird thing is even though I am super immature, an extremely immature man, I recognize that about myself. I am astonished that I am oftentimes the adult in the room. I really am, or at least mentally healthy. Even if I'm not always the adult in the room, I am mentally healthy. And anyone who is more adult than me seems to be ill. These comic book pros. Heather Antos said, oh my God, fucking kill Ethan Van Sciver. Oh, it's just terrible what he did. He shouldn't say that, but she's like, this is just fucking fuck him. They all scream the F word and then my name. A bunch of my former peers, just said, this is it. This is the last straw. How could he? What's funny about it is that it's like you guys worked with me for 20 years. Like, you really think that suddenly that's you don't, and like none of you say, wait, this doesn't sound like Ethan though. It sounds like the Ethan that we wish Ethan was. It sounds like the Ethan that would confirm our suspicions about him and the lies that we've spread So we like this. And so we're going to all pretend that we're shocked while we secretly really enjoy it. We want to spread it around. It's fine, guys. You know, it's going to get you real far. You know, hating on me is going to get you real far in life. I got to promise you. 200-watt studio again. All right. So an adult in a childish storm. Keep on keeping on. You have our backs and we have yours. Yeah. Again, sometimes I go, maybe I'll just give up. I can't give up. I can't. I not only that, I don't want to. I really, it's kind of fun. KR Companion says, I designed the cover art for Steven's The Phantom Menace book. I wanted to put Cyberfrog on there to honor you. I asked him to ask if it was okay. KR Companion, yeah, I said, yes, it was. But, what is he doing now? Ridiculous. Yes, I am. Dwight says, this is what you get for procrastinating on my High Noon box cover. Hurry up and do some High Noon art so I can pay you. All right. Yes, I am, Dwight. I'm a little preoccupied. Arrogant Ape says, some ice cream money for the birthday girl. Cool. I'll get her. I'll spend your money on a box of Mickey Mouse chocolate ice cream pops because she doesn't know how evil Disney is yet, and she doesn't need to know. But she really likes those Mickey Mouse ice cream pops, so I will get her one of those. Scratchpad says, just received your frog books, Pie Man. They included the biggest, gayest sparkle sticker I've ever seen. I approve your message. Yes, I love those stickers. Forest Publishing says, the devil from Talon Flats email list is live. The devil from Talon Flats. I would love your feedback, Uncle E. Happy birthday to Ava as well. That's from Forest Publishing for $5. Thank you. Jasper Plan 9, $5 says, Ethan, it's time for you to reach for help from all the other channels you've helped. I'd like you to stay on YouTube a while longer, please. Well, I don't know what they can do. Again, YouTube is going to do whatever YouTube is going to do. So here's, again, let me repeat what I said earlier in the stream. I have no power over this. This is going to be a matter of whether YouTube is actually as corrupt as people say, and I don't believe them when they say that, but I'm prepared to be surprised, or YouTube is going to follow its own rules. So if YouTube follows its own rules, and the fact that the video that's being flagged right now has passed YouTube's terms of service over and over and over again in inspection, it's been reported multiple times. If suddenly it's enough to give me a strike or bring my whole channel down, well, we know what we're facing. We know that this is the way it is. But if it doesn't, I'll be like, cool, I'll stick around on YouTube and I'll, continue to use this platform. I like YouTube. I like it here. I like my channel. I would like to keep it. But if I can't, I can't. And that's not really within my control, but it will color my commentary moving forward because it is unfair. Okay, so if they do take my channel, it is unfair, and I will be telling the truth when I say that they were unfair to me, and it was a conspiracy. All right, Julia D2 says, someone make a Cyberfrog beat 'em up video game, please. A lot of people are thinking about it. Drew with people saying back it up now. I am. Drew with Comics Elite says, hey, Uncle E, this is $10. Thank you, Drew. Just wanted to say our Comics Elite YouTube channel reviewed Green Lantern Rebirth and explained why it's awesome and that we'll never see DC Comics like this again. Yeah, I think you're right. Green Lantern Rebirth was an important book. I think it's got some good artwork from me in it, but its message is never give up. It's like, why won't you give up? Lay down and die. Parallax infects Ganthet and becomes an enormous monster of fear and is just pummeling Hal Jordan. He's already beaten the other Lanterns, and he's pummeling Hal Jordan with fear energy. And he's saying, lay down and die, damn you. And Hal Jordan just is fighting back, and he's saying, I can't. I don't know how. I don't know how. And that is two of the most important and meaningful panels that I have drawn in my career as a comic book artist. Very inspirational. You take a beating. Evil will come for you. Evil will come for you. It will beat you down and want you to give up and submit and quit. And it's important that you respond with, I can't. I don't know how. I don't know how to quit. I'm not a quitter. I'm not afraid of you. I will win. New mid-30s fan from New Zealand, says Tom Potter. Really enjoy your vibe and your clear moral fiber. The attack is worldwide. We are commie here too. Where can I get Cyberfrog? eBay don't ship here. They don't. eBay doesn't ship to New Zealand. Fan for life here, bro. Okay. Well, Tom, you know what you could do is you could back Cyberfrog 2. There are links in the description. I'm trying to think of how you could get Blood Honey if you think eBay isn't going to ship there. You know, in point of fact, eBay isn't the one shipping. We are. So but please do back Cyberfrog Wrecked Planet. The link is in the description. Appreciate your support. I mean, it's possible that Cyberfrog 2 at this point could reach $1.2 million, which is great. It's better than 1.1. So 1.2 would be awesome. I would love people to support Cyberfrog 2 Wreck Planet and make it an even more ostentatious thing to celebrate, you know. Julia D2 says, it's important. Jeremy did say sorry tonight on Friday Night Tights. That's a shame. In a way, it's sad that, you know, Jeremy had to, but Amateur Ann says, said this on Neurotics channel. No one will remember the charity in a month, but they will remember what a douchebag Zach said and what Geeks and Gamers didn't say. What douchebag Zach said and what Geeks and Gamers didn't say. Literature Devil says, hey, EVS, can I get a quote for a future video? What kind of quote? What do you mean? Let's see. Gek812 says, Quartering's Twitter, rewriting Ripley linked to Disney. Of course they are. As if that wasn't perfectly obvious and clear. Anti-Hero Fett says, the Quartering tweeted minutes ago that he's uncovered who writing Ripley is, and they're connected to Disney. More to come. Great. You know, we'll be interested in seeing. You know, who they are doesn't really matter. I understand that they're working towards Disney's clear agenda, towards battering their critics into the earth and disenfranchising them and telling people that they're racist and therefore putting me in harm's way. When you're telling people that I am a racist, you're putting me in harm's way. I'm not a racist. Again, I hold no racist views at all. None. Zero. I just don't think like that. I'm sorry, I don't. You know, I really find it repulsive. I'm uncomfortable when I'm around people who make it clear that they do think that way. I don't. So when you're saying that, you're lying about me and you're putting me in harm's way because somebody will come up to me and at some point assault me because they believe they're assaulting a racist. And I think that the people who are doing that are doing it deliberately. I think they're trying to get me killed. I think they mean me harm, physical harm. They don't just want to stop my ideas. They don't want to do anything like that. I think they mean me physical harm. I take it as a personal threat to my own safety. And the problem with it is, ultimately, it makes it harder for me to actually meet you guys. You know, we want to get together for the Fans Fest. I'm going to have to be, what am I going to be, flanked by bodyguards? Hey, somebody wants to come up and give you a hug, and I don't know if they're going to stab me. You know, it's like, that is, and they do that on purpose. They're creating this world. They're creating this environment of fear, mistrust, hatred. We didn't feel this way about each other before. You know, we just didn't feel this way. So, you know, again, when we do For the Fans Fest, you'll see me have like 2 big bodyguards, maybe 3 bodyguards. I'm going to say you got former Secret Service agents. You know, it's like, I'm not going to die, you know, for these weirdos. Not a chance. But again, they're making it clear that they would certainly like that to be the outcome. They mean me physical harm. I mean them zero physical harm. None. I mean them no physical harm. I don't want to see any of them. Well, one or two of them would be funny if they got punched in the mouth by someone other than me. And that's just because, you know, they're terrible people. But most of them, 98% of them, no physical harm. Let me see. Zorak, Zorak with an exclamation point says, uneasy about Jeremy's disrespect on your live stream. Tried to be big league, went on the ropes. He needs to see his failure. Without respect, we reject. Well, I mean, look. No. First of all, let me just remind you of one simple truth. Ain't nobody perfect. None of us are perfect. You know, clearly I am not perfect. My big mouth got my channel in trouble, and I'm being dragged all over Twitter. I mean, I don't mind it, but I'm not perfect. And so, Jeremy isn't perfect either. And Jeremy made a mistake. And Jeremy has, personality flaws, and so do I, and so do we all. So let's understand who Jeremy is. I think it would be better if you just realize Jeremy is an egomaniac, but he's funny and he's kind, and I think he really means what he says. I told Andrea this. I said, I will say this, like, I mean almost everything that I say when I'm talking on YouTube. Sometimes I'm disingenuous when I'm making fun of Star Wars or something like that, but it's like, this isn't a grift. I mean 100% of what I say. I feel strongly that the culture, pop culture, the things that we cherish, the things that we have fun with, our hobbies, and all the stuff that we grew up with, that were created by better men, just created by good people. I feel like those are in jeopardy by people who want to destroy them for their own reasons. I mean all that. I think about it all the time. I see it all around me. I just, I don't know. I think Jeremy's the same way. Jeremy, sometimes he isn't quite clear about his opinion about things before he starts talking. But I think he's a sincere guy who just, he's just an ego. He's one big ego. Be kind to him. I would hope. That's what I would like to say. Be kind to Jeremy. Forgive him. Robert Stump says, off topic, I know there was a falling out with Vox and Arcaven. Have you seen any of the new Chuck Dixon books? Wish it could be amicable. God bless Uncle E. I don't feel, I don't have hard feelings towards Vox Day anymore, because our problems happened years ago. But I can't really, I don't know. I don't want to be his friend either. Can I put it that way? I don't like some of his views, and I don't like some of the things that he's said and done. So I don't want to be his friend, but I don't want to be his enemy either. I haven't read any of his books with Chuck Dixon, but I would read them if they were handed to me. So from my point of view, it's amicable. Okay, we're not friends, but we're not enemies either. And he can stay over there. At some point, when it hit me that comic skaters don't need to all agree. Everyone has a different agenda, and we can all sort of basically agree on one central premise, and then each disagree about everything else and do things our own way. And that doesn't hurt anyone, I don't think. We should just get out of each other's way. There are people who are saying stuff like, okay, I'm not here to be on my live stream and to denounce anyone. That would be the wrong thing to do, especially on this stream, if you know what I mean. I just don't want to do that. I don't want to be denouncing people while I'm being widely denounced all over Twitter. That just would be hypocritical. Michael Deach says, we are all Ethan now. Checks gut. Yup. Did everybody put on weight? Rage 1732 says, just back Wreck Planet Heroes Edition. I hope to back more. Thanks, brother. Hey, thank you, Rage 1732. I do appreciate that. Thank you. We'll take a look at that in a minute and just see how it goes. People are saying, denounce now. I'm like, no, I don't want to denounce. I don't want to. No denouncing. Everybody just, do your own thing away from me. If we do your own thing and do it away from me. I don't need to hurt you. You don't need to hurt me. Just go away. Let me see here. Holy cow. What is going on here? There's a lot of stuff. All right. Uncle E, BitChute is growing the fastest, says the quiet man. Rage 1732 says, I clicked the bell and never got notifications about live streams. I stumbled upon this one. Swinging Cod says, I fear the day when my favorite corpulent grifter is canceled off of YouTube. But enough about Cecil. I'm worried about your morbidly obese rear too. I'm telling you, you'll know where to find me, okay? And I'll be just as active. Hank Spectrum says, I'm completely over YouTubers clinging to Star Wars like battered wives. Everyone needs clickbait. I understand that, but promoting independent creators is the only worthwhile focus. With you 100%. Finkrod 40K says, I just joined your Patreon, new king of all media. Now shut up, Ethan. I am the king of all social media. That's going to be my Howard Stern-esque title. King of all social media. Lady Gravemaster says, your 10K are right here, sir. Much love and respect. We will follow. Oh, thanks, Lady Gravemaster. Thank you. Wow. Jedi Knight and friend to Cara Dune says, YouTube was rewriting Ripley's peen on Twitter. It seemed that way, but they were just responding to an enormous trending video that everybody was upset about. And YouTube, Team YouTube responds that way to people. Once you get their attention, they're like, how can we help you? Please do continue to use our service. They didn't act strange in any way. Snarkticon DM says, to heck with you, protect Venom Cecil at all costs. Chad EH says, hey, I said you're irreverent, not irrelevant. Oh, happy birthday to Ava. Looking forward to getting Cyberfrog 2. Thank you for $15. Bry Guy says, if this YouTube thing blows up, where can we follow you? I do not trust the Twitter thing. Pure poison. Everywhere. Like, it's important that, if I can stay on Twitter, stay on Twitter. Use that to communicate with you. I will be on BitChute. I will be on Odyssey. But I'm going to choose one of those platforms and make it my main home. Okay. So I will let you know. And I will be exclusively on that platform. Like, that's the platform that I will be broadcasting from. I don't even know if they do live streams, but I will figure it out. I will be there and I will let you know. Okay. And that'll be the thing. But we want to use as many social media platforms as we possibly can at all times. Bry Guy says, if this YouTube thing, okay. King KDI says, VAT is just 20%. Think of it as the sales tax. That's a healthy sales tax. But I would have to tack that on to UK orders. And, it's like I didn't tack it onto UK orders because it's a new thing. So we have to pay the VAT tax out of the money we collected from you guys. And it's expensive. We're already, the shipping is already too much. Dragon Lord Jeremy, I'm bitching about taxes. Dragon Lord Jeremy says, Zack Snyder is a mega cuckold, as is most of Hollywood. Hypnotist Ray Williams, thanks for $5. Lewis Stanton says, EVS, I hope you and the family are doing well. Just an old friend of Noah Van Skyver. Keep up the good work. Glad to see you both doing what you love. Oh, that's great. That's great. Runs with Phantom says, you skipped my super chat, Uncle E. How did I do that? Hold on, let me back up and see if I can find it real quick. Yeah, because I'm reading them in careful order. I can't believe I would have missed one. Sorry for the dead air here, ladies and gentlemen. No, I don't see it. Runs with Phantoms. I honestly, I'm looking at all of the super chats, and that's the one that I just read is the first one that. Were you trolling me, or maybe it's here? No, it's not. Like, that's it. I'm sorry. I don't see it. Love you. Sorry for that. Demonic Ash 79 says, we got your back, E. Anywhere you go, we go. Christopher Gorey says, so much nastiness and disloyalty lately in real life. I can honestly say the friendship between Heather and Cyberfrog inspires me. Thank you, Christopher. Thank you, Christopher. Jeremy Bird says, I got your back, Ethan. Thank you. Jack Bauer says, happy birthday to Ava. I become a dad next week. Hey, congratulations. It's the best thing in the world. Eclipse Warlord says, you should talk to Ricada about locals. Looks to be a good Patreon YouTube alternative. I would follow you there in a heartbeat. Well, maybe that's what I'll do. Maybe I'll do that. Andrew Sabina says, use this to buy Ava a Princess Leia figure of her choosing. Oh, Ava is spelled A-V-A, by the way, like Ava Gardner, as opposed to Ava Braun, not the EVA. Let me see. FKA322 says, behind you, EVS, your determination is admirable. 200 Watt Studio says, those Green Lantern panels gave me goosebumps. I can't. I don't know how. I said it before. That is inspiring and makes the readers stronger. Heroes. The Lone Space Marine says, being honorable while fighting a dishonorable opponent is a losing strategy. SJWs don't acknowledge truth, rules, law, or morality. So what do? Well, what I just said. Here's the thing. I mean, ultimately, what wins is what looks best. And I think we're pretty good. I think Comicsgate is pretty sexy, all in all. Our comics are pretty exciting, and we are entertaining. as broadcasters, and I think we can get our message out. You know, it's like I noticed, I was like, oh, they're sharing that clip around. Oh my God, like, you know, thousands of people have watched this clip of me. And I just went, it looks like a lot because it's on Twitter. Like, I'm on YouTube and I get 20 times those views for what I say. You know, we do have outreach. You know, we do have, you know, people do hear us. Drowning Clown. Oh, Liberated Spirit says, God bless you, Uncle E. Thank you. $50. Wow. Oh, I just noticed that. $50 super chat saying, God bless you, Uncle E. Drowning Clown. Everybody's asking for Ripa, or was that just one? Is Ripa in here now wanting to come in, or is he not? I don't see him. Normally when Ripa wants to come in, like everybody is saying, Ripa, Ripa, Ripa. And I don't see that. So, okay. I don't think we're, last time you guys were saying bring Ripa in, and I had my screen on something else, so I couldn't even see the chat. You know, I was sharing a different screen. All right. I've never been into comic books, says Drowning Clown. I've always preferred the novels, movies, and video games of the material. Cyberpunk may be my first. Drowning Clown, I hope so. Please consider it. Please consider getting into indie comics with us. You know, it is, the illustrations do make it worth it, I think. Hank Spectrum says, everyone has to understand critical theory and the Frankfurt School. Cultural revolution ends with us in camps if we don't stand together and fight. Thanks, Hank Spectrum. Starticon DM says, mail in the chat, praise Liefeld. Hey, John. Hypnotist Ray Williams says, tonight I sent my very first super chat. I am with you, Ethan. Looking forward to For the Fans Fest in Florida, hopefully soon. Peppermint Oil Capsule says, sleepless 3 a.m. here. Special eBay offer box arrived. Oh, good. Yeah, we're shipping those out. I just, Andrew and I, on the way to Ava's birthday party, we just dropped off a bunch more packages. The mailers, these beautiful polybag mailers for the sweatshirts arrived today. And the sweatshirts should be here. The hoodies should be here soon. So we cannot wait to mail those to you. And can't wait to mail the Warts and All books, because I showed Andrew, I was like, she's like, so Warts and All, like, what do we got coming in, like with the hardcovers? And I said, well, we've got 1,000, we've got 2,000 trade paperbacks, 1,000 of which are already sold. And we've got like 600 hardcovers, and I think 600 hardcovers with slipcases. And I said, look, this is, if we sold all of them, this is how much money we would make. And she's like, whoa, awesome. So, and I was like, I think we are going to sell all of them. I think all 600 of those hardcovers are going to go quick. And that'll be it. I didn't order any more than that. I probably should have ordered 1,000 even, just so I would have some, you know, over the next few months when people said, I didn't get a chance. But I think all 600 of them are going to sell out because everyone's asking for them. Everyone. If they don't get the hardcover, you can get the trade paperback, which we'll have 1,000 of. 200 Watt Studio says, always projection accuse you of the way that they think. Is little Shane in there? Oh, little Shane. Hi, Shane. Brimstone Prime says you should invest in a Pope mobile for your future appearances. That's a great idea. Unqualified Comics says, EVS is your Odyssey channel, Comic Artist Pro Secrets. I see the channel. There is slowly syncing all the videos and live stream up. Good. Yes, that is it. My Odyssey channel is at Comic Artist Pro Secrets, but there's no space between Pro and Secrets anymore. So feel free, if you can subscribe. I don't know how it works yet. Follow me. All of you, please get Odyssey. Odyssey is spelled Odyssee. That is likely the new app that we're going to use. And you're welcome to go over there. Let me get my super fans over there. Those of you who never miss a video, those of you who are Comicsgate, let me get you guys over there. That would be great. And we'll get more people to come over as time goes on. But I need my biggest supporters there now. Vic King says, Artifice, live on Indiegogo today. No German expressionism, just badass guns, Phoenix, dragons, and cyberpunk action. Back your wraparound cover tonight. Yes, Vic King. Snarticon DM says, Jeremy can take his slightly above average and F himself. Sorry, but not sorry. Wow. All right, well, I'm not going to, I told you what I thought about it, but your mileage may vary. What am I going to do? Lady Gravemaster says, Young Rippa in the chat. Hey, Young Rippa, what's up, Eric? Runs with Phantom says, sincere question. Why does scratching one's own balls feel so good? Well, Runs with Phantoms because sometimes they itch. Brian Ricard says, archive past streams, dude. Well, we are. 200 Watt Studio says, did you back up your stroker streams? What? Rosa Phantom says, yeah, I was trolling you. You didn't miss my super chat. Oh, you made me do that for nothing. Well, at least just sent me another $2. Thank you. Dark Gift Comics says, Odyssey BitChute doesn't do live streaming. You need D Live or Twitch. I'll go to D Live. Odyssey is better than BitChute, but utilizing both is a wise idea. All right. Jason Smoot says, send Rippa the link. Probably not tonight because I'm going to wind down. I'd like to go to sleep. I only got like 3 hours of sleep today so that I could get up and go to Ava's party when she got home from school. So I want to go to sleep. I need rest. But I love Eric. We're going to stream together soon. It's the end of the show. And thank you for $20. 7 of 9 is here. He says, I kind of like you. I guess I'll follow you wherever you go. Oh, thank 7 of 9. If you're not there, I don't know what I'm going to do. You are, you got to be there. Jarl Tracosta says, Ethan got your back well, at least 1/4 of it. You 6XL. Wadsworth says, happy birthday, Ava. Buy her something with this. Wow, it's $20. Thank you. And we got your back, Uncle E. Also, I just joined Locals, and I hope to see you there soon. All right, I'll join that too. Cecil says, hey, Cecil, my bandages come off on Tuesday. My greatest fear is that I'll be too handsome to hang out with you freaks. Fingers crossed for horror. Can't wait. Barb Rogers says, please let Rippa on Comic Artist Pro Secrets. Does he? I don't even. Does he want to come on? I mean, does he got something to say? All right. I mean, I'll let him in. Hold on a second. Let me see. If Eric has something to say, he needs to come in here, and say it. He's fucking Eric July. Young Rippa. He's the man. What is going on? Whenever Yellow Flash shares a tweet with me. Oh, I already saw this, Yellow Flash. Whenever Yellow Flash sends me something, I'm like, shit, what is it? It means it's bad. Let's see. No, it's Eric July. There he is. Okay. I couldn't remember if his Twitter was Eric July or Young Rippa. There we go, brother. Yeah. Divine Legend says drawing stream. Yeah, well, maybe tomorrow. I want to get back to drawing. This has been preoccupying my time. All this craziness. I'd like to actually get back to drawing Cyberfrog. Let's see. Chris Ori says, be careful. D Live is cracking down as well. Big leaks just dropped. No, I don't know. Mandy Summers says, hail Caesar, hail Comicsgate. Thank you. Why people are saying, don't use D Live. Don't use it. All right. Christopher Gorey says, good sir, the initials for Little Shane Davis stand for LSD. I didn't realize that until you mentioned it. Amazing. Absolutely amazing. Why are you guys calling me diabetic? Oh my God. All right, let me refresh these super chats again. Oh, Queen Bee's here. Queen Bee says, with you, EVS, all in with all caps. Thank you, Queen Bee. Queen Bee, wait till you see what Megan does in Wreck Planet. She's got a pretty cool role. I haven't told you about it yet because I just came up with it, but it's pretty neat. OC Steve says, when did the beanies drop on eBay, Uncle E? Maybe this weekend we'll do it. There's still some people who haven't gotten theirs yet because they're with the hoodies. I don't know. But on the other hand, people need beanies at this point to keep warm. Christopher Gorey says, good sir. Oh, I read that one. Be careful. Drawing stream. How long until you get canceled Apollo Sunbeam? Says Cumberbatch Pepper Pot. Maybe soon, maybe tomorrow. We'll see how it goes. It should be tomorrow. Unexpendable says, you recently called Jeremy the Osama of the fandom menace. I think that makes you the Abu EVS al-Baghdadi of the fandom. So would it be the Comicsgate Caliphate or the all caps Caliphate, or are you anti-Muslim? I'll just let that one hang out there. Eclipse Warlord said Blacklight poster just came in undamaged late. Wow, how late was it? That we shipped those out a year ago. You just got it now. Effing what can I tell you? You know, COVID-19. Oh, Eric was on Friday Night Tights. Okay, that's fine. Yeah. Well, I don't know. I mean, I'll see, you know, when Eric wants to come in here, he's in the chat and he's going, "Hey, send me the link." I don't think he wants to come in here right now. He's probably been live streaming all day. But he is welcome. All right, let me just show you these things that we're up to here. Starblades by Kyle Ritter. We're going to be sending this to the printer soon. Wow, 196 tonight. 375 for Kyle Ritter. We're moving towards that 200K. Trent Kanuga's Creed. Are we at 80 yet? Oh, we're so close to 80,000. Oh my God. I can't wait to tell Trent he's at $80,000. I hope that happens when I wake up tomorrow. Snowman, A Cold Day in Hell. These two books right here are going to get to 100,000. I need to promote them more, but they should be at 100,000. They really should. Let me see. Cyberfrog 2, Wrecked Planet. Where are we at? All right. 1.151161. This is what I'm looking at now. I want 13 more backers so that we can get to 11,000. This number isn't interesting anymore because we got to 50. This number is interesting. We want to get to 11,000. So I'm looking for 13 more backers. Thank you for supporting it. Rainbow the Brute, 390 now, $390,000. That's great. We're approaching 400,000 for a book about, you know, the last real man in fairyland. He's a brute. He's Rainbow the Brute. Good stuff. And of course, Shane Davis's Starlight Cats. We're watching this happen here. Oh, good. We got a couple more backers as Shane Davis approaches the great big $100,000 mark. And that's what we want for Shane Davis. He should be. Shane Davis should absolutely be, you know, he should be among the six figures club. Also, want to remind you guys, those of you who are interested, I do have a Patreon page, and you know, wow, okay, a lot of people signed up for my Patreon today. This is the thing. I told Andrew, I was like, they're making a victim out of me, which means we're going to make some money. People like to donate money to people who are being victimized by SJWs. So it's not really my thing. I don't really like to exploit that. Monetizing SJW hatred. Not really my thing, not directly. But on the other hand, I mean, this is pretty great. 386 patrons now. And wow, $2,100 per month in Patreon. If that goes away, if they take my Patreon away, we'll find another way to do that. Because we're making trading cards. I want to make sure that you guys get your trading cards. If you sign up for my Patreon, it's $5 a month. You will receive a trading card, and you get looks. You get inside peeks, sneak peeks at what we're up to. Like, for example, here's the layout for I Spit on Your Hive with the logo on it. Wrecked Planet isn't there yet, in black and white. As we wait for this to be in color, you know, you get to see it, you get to comment on it, all that stuff. You get to see it, you know, stuff before anyone else does. Whatever I have, any new preview artwork. And then on top of that, again, you were going to receive a monthly Cyberfrog trading card for your collection. So it's pretty cool. I do put a lot of content up there for your $5 a month. You know, it's totally a grift. But at least it's a good grift. You get to look at artwork before anybody else gets to see it, and you get a trading card. And nobody else does. You know, it might be unfair. Channel members get a trading card. That's a different line of trading cards. You guys get the puzzle cards. And that is that's what you get for being a Patreon patron. Appreciate you. I'm losing my voice, so I gotta do the super chats real quick. Last bit of super chats. And send you guys my love, and then just go to bed. Eclipse Warlord, thanks for $5. I honestly forgot I ordered the poster. I mostly get those extras to support you. It's absolutely awesome, though. I'm super glad that I got it now. I knew you would like it. That Salamandroid Blacklight poster really came out great. I love it. I've got 5, I think, that I'm preserving for history, but the rest of them are pretty much sold out, I think. Mike Testa says, missed the Florida Man comic. How do I contact them? I don't know. Jason Smoot, wow, $50. He says, little shaved anus. That's Shane Davis, not shaved anus. I'm sure that was an unintentional spelling error. Runs with Phantom says, EVS is a Generation Xer, not a boomer. Well, yeah, I'm a Generation Xer, which you call us boomers, though. Deltaverse Comics. Cecil's going to look like he looked through a beehive peephole. Solve for X says, Comicscape brothers and sisters in the chat, get a 16 TB USB and start farming chia. And hail, Ethan, we're always with you. Thank you. I don't know what that means, man. I never know what anyone's talking about. I'm so dumb. Brian Rickard says, even if 1/4 of your audience moves over, small upstart platforms will greatly benefit from it. Plus, people who supercharged will follow you. I count on you guys. I do. But I mean, this is the thing, I'm a little bit more confident this time because last time I said, guys, and I said this the other day, so I'm just going to cross my arms over my chest. I'm going to fall backwards and hope you guys catch me. And you guys do every single time. So I'm not worried about it. I think if I do have to go to another platform, you guys will be there. That's all I care about. You can go, it's not so bad. It doesn't matter if I'm on YouTube or anywhere else, as long as you guys are there. As long as you guys are there, it doesn't make a difference. The audience is all that matters. All I need to do is be able to entertain you guys every night, tell you what's going on, and tell you about the new comic books I'm promoting. And my family is fed. So perfect. It's not really a problem. Oh, I am losing my voice. Sorry, guys. Sorry if my voice starts to sound rough. Have you narrowed down any venues yet for the Fans Fest? If not, I'd recommend Gaylord Palms is nice. I've been there. It's a beautiful property, says Ron Crossman. I agree with you. Did you comment on how Peloton kills kids? Says Bob Gable. No. What? Peloton kills kids? Well, now I'm mad at my Peloton bike. That's why I'm not using it. Peter's Fat, thanks for $2. Mike Testa says, I'm Floridian and need that Florida Man comic. Well, I mean, who wrote it? Get in touch with them. Get in touch with the creative team via the platform that they funded it on. Random Name says, just back to you on Patreon, even though I don't like that company and its attitude. We'll always support you and Zach. Oh, thank you, Random Name. Yeah, I mean, I appreciate that. I know people have Patreon, I think, kicked Sargon of Akkad off. Maybe they'll do it to me too. I don't know. But for now, let's use it and we'll see what happens. Snarkticon DM says, handsome Cecil will get peaches. Cecil is coming. Cumberbatch Pepperpot says, may you be harder to cancel than Loot Crate. Fuck, that was a nightmare. I canceled my Loot Crate. That was insane. All right, guys. I am going to go. I'm going to go to bed. Thank you. Thank you for listening to me yell and scream. Appreciate it. I love you guys with all my heart eternally. Thank you. And we'll find out what happens. If I get canceled, if this channel gets a strike or something like that, we'll know tomorrow. I mean, they're pretty quick about it. So we'll know tomorrow and we'll talk about it. If I get if it doesn't go away, that's great. If it does, we have a plan. My Odyssey is Comic Artist Pro Secrets, one word. Okay, no space between secrets and pro anymore. Hope you guys will join me. Get Odyssey accounts yourselves. Tell other people to do the same. And let's just see what the future holds, right? That's what it's all about. Runs with Phantom says, if being raised by a boomer makes one a boomer, then I guess being raised by a Twitter makes one a twat. Amen. That's a good point to leave on. Good night, everyone. Have a great night, and I'll see you tomorrow with another video. Bye-bye.